Picture this, it's 2 a.m, you have just uploaded the video you spent all week perfecting. 3 days scripting, hours editing, making sure every transition was smooth. This isn't just another video. This is the video that takes your channel to new heights. So you hit publish with genuine excitement, already imagining the comments. This is incredible. This is your best yet. Then you refresh YouTube Studio. The graph is flat, zero momentum, no views. It is like you uploaded it into a black hole. That sinking feeling stings. You refresh obsessively, but days pass and your masterpiece has fewer views than that random 30-second clip you posted without thinking. And you can't even outperform your competitor's video that is much more basic. Then you start wondering, was my pacing wrong? Did I miss some trend? Maybe, just maybe, I'm not cut out for this. Here's what I learned after years of this. Sometimes it's not because your video was bad. Sometimes you fell victim to something called Kenna's dilemma. This comes from Malcolm Gladwell's book Blink. This book is rather long and some would say boring, and much of the content isn't really relevant to YouTube. But there is one particular chapter that really hits it for me as a YouTuber. It is in chapter 5 called Kenna's Dilemma, the right and wrong way to ask people what they want. I'll give you a quick rundown on who Kenna is. Kenna was an incredibly talented musician in the early 2000s. Industry professionals were blown away, producers and musicians said he was special, he had everything you would want in a breakout artist. But whenever record labels tested his music with regular listeners using 10-second clips, he tanked and got brutal focus group results. Here's the twist. People who actually spent time with his music, heard him live, listened to full songs, became die-hard fans. They would leave concerts telling everyone about this incredible artist they discovered. It wasn't that his music was bad. In those quick first impression moments, people just couldn't process it. His sound didn't fit their expected categories. It needed time to get it, but testing never gave people enough time. And that's what Kenna's dilemma is, when something genuinely great fails because the initial impression doesn't match expectations. This happens to YouTubers constantly because the biggest issue with YouTube is people judge in seconds. When your video appears on someone's homepage, you have maybe 3 seconds to get them to click. If your title and thumbnail don't instantly make sense or spark curiosity, they will scroll past. And this is where great videos die. Not because the content isn't valuable, but because the packaging doesn't connect instantly. I'm sure you have seen this before, right? You discovered a video on YouTube that has great content, solid pacing, and actionable advice. But then you realize this video was actually released 2 years ago and hardly gained any traction. And you wonder, why didn't this take off? Then you realize it was the thumbnail and title that didn't capture much attention. You just somehow clicked on it because it happens to be on your home feed at the right time. But that was someone else's video, which isn't that bad. The worst feeling comes when it happens to your best video. For YouTube, clarity beats cleverness every time. If someone can't instantly understand why your video is worth their next 10 minutes, you're setting up Kenna's dilemma before the video starts. You're going to keep it as minimal and simple as possible. So this brings me to my next point, which is how the right packaging shapes perception. Your packaging doesn't just affect clicks, it affects how people feel about your video before watching. You're essentially creating an expectation mismatch if you say create a thoughtful piece about sustainable habits, but package it with a flashy life hack thumbnail. People expect quick tips but get a contemplative experience. They feel misled even if your content is better. It's like ordering comfort food but getting a 5-course tasting menu. The food might be incredible, but it's not what you signed up for. I see creators make insightful content, but package it like mainstream clickbait. They get clicks, but terrible retention because viewers came with wrong expectations. So try and match your packaging to your value. Curiosity hooks for discovery videos, clear titles for deep dives, emotional hooks for storytelling, something along those lines. People will stick around when your packaging and content align. Now, aligning packaging and content is one thing, but Still, there's something that is out of your control, and that is how first impressions are always biased. Viewers don't come to your videos blank. They judge based on their existing template for your content. When I experimented with longer storytelling, I made a vulnerable video about my biggest creator failure. Well structured, honest writing, but completely different from my usual format. And the comments I got were not that pleasant. Is this a motivational, productivity, or YouTube strategy channel? This feels weird. Where are the actual tips? And my audience wasn't wrong. They subscribe for specific values, and I served something different without context. So naturally, you would stop experimenting and go back to what you used to do, and that's actually not the right way. The fix isn't to stop experimenting. It is bridging new with familiar. So you're gonna do things like keep consistent thumbnail style and maintain elements of your usual tone. Give people familiar anchors so experiments still feel like your channel and not a drastic shift. Because when you create something that feels unfamiliar, you get more resistance. Kenna's music was genre blending and hard to classify. People didn't have a mental category, so their brains worked harder to process it. And when brains work harder in quick judgment scenarios, they default to the skip button. I made this mistake with a video about productivity and mindset. It is a bunch of experiences compiled and shared with viewers, which I cherish. I feel like it was solid, it was valuable, but unfamiliar. And viewers couldn't quickly categorize it, couldn't find it relatable. When people can't immediately understand where and how something fits into their expectations, they hesitate. And on YouTube, hesitation means scrolling past your content. The solution is bridging unfamiliar with familiar. Instead of productivity and mindset, I should have said the productivity mistake damaging your YouTube channel, something along those lines. Same concept, but now it fits their existing framework. There is one important point I want to cover with Kenna's dilemma, and that is testing isn't always the truth. Kenna's songs flopped in early tests, so executives assumed he would never find an audience. But those tests measured first impressions, not long-term genuine connection. YouTube's algorithm is similar. It shows your video to a small group first, and if they don't engage strongly in the first hours, it might decide your content isn't worth wider distribution. But most of the time, that initial group isn't your real audience. Maybe it went to casual browsers instead of people actively seeking your content type. I've had videos look like complete failures in the first 24 hours. Terrible click rates, low watch time, and then weeks later, or sometimes a year later, they would suddenly take off once they found the right viewers. So don't delete ideas after one attempt. Instead, look at the whole picture. Are viewers who do watch leaving positive comments? Is watch time decent after the first 30 seconds? Are people sharing your content? If yes, the content resonates. It just needs better packaging, which you can improve, or it needs timing, which isn't something within your control. To finish this up, I just want to stress that sometimes the audience needs time. Kenna didn't become an overnight sensation, but over time, he built a dedicated fan base. Songs that failed initial testing became favorites among people who discovered them later. And I'm sure you have seen this happening as well in your experience. The thing is, sometimes your audience isn't ready for an idea, or you don't have enough reach for it to land properly. I keep a slow burn folder, ideas that didn't work initially but might later. Maybe the timing was wrong. Maybe my audience wasn't big enough, or maybe I need a different angle. Months or years later, I revisit these concepts. Sometimes I repackage completely, sometimes I wait until I've established more credibility, because you never know, ideas that flopped can become my best performing content when conditions are right. Because here's the truth Kenna's story teaches. Sometimes it's not the idea that's wrong, it's the moment. And as creators, as YouTubers building for the long term, we need to have the patience that focus groups or algorithms' first impressions don't. And I would say that's probably what most YouTubers are lacking, the patience. Most YouTubers I see so far gave up in their first month, after 6 months, after a year. I have been on and off YouTube for years. I uploaded more than 200 long-form videos and only 3 videos took off. But those 3 videos brought my channel to what it is today, elevating it to new heights. If you want to know what that video is, check out this video over here. Alright, I hope you got something out of this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.